Thanks very much for coming on out to Transmedia SF. This is our second meetup of the year, and I really appreciate you all coming out. We only had a couple weeks to let you all know. So happy to have you here. Tonight we have a really fabulous panel, Show Me the Money, and don't we all want to see that? So I'm going to turn it over to Justin Oliphant. You probably remember Justin from last month if you were here. He presented his own project. Zoetic Labs. And Justin's going to moderate this panel. So welcome everybody. Thanks very much, and I'll hand it over to Justin.
Hello everyone. My name is Justin Oliphant, as Beth here just mentioned. We're here part of the Transmedia SF group, and we have our three panels tonight. This is Mauji, who's presenting Cicada Princess. We have Andre, who's here for the IIFF. Yes. And then we have Todd, who's here talking about the greater ideas of funding. So the main outline for this project is we're going to be looking at it from a very broad perspective and then bringing it back down onto very specific project driven. So with that, we're actually going to be starting off with Todd and then bringing on in Andre and then down to Mauji. You've got a microphone over there, right? Excellent. All right. So the last thing I think we need is just a on the lights so we can see here.
No, the lights on is better.
I just want to make sure that we can all see what's going on here.
We can see better with that, with the light.
Okay, so, Todd, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Okay, now, we all believe that it's okay to actually get paid for creative works, right? Not all artists do? Okay. Quickly, show of hands, how many people here, their projects are mostly text-based? Couple?
A little higher. Can we just see it? Raise your hands. The text-based works? All right, got a couple out there.
Video-based?
Video? Ooh.
Audio? Graphics? Okay. And I'm assuming a few video games?
Yeah, games.
Okay. So we got a pretty good cross-section here. So let's go over the basic channels that this stuff tends to go through. Anybody?
Sorry, there you go.
We're familiar with the Sex Pistols in here. How many ways to get what I want? I use the best, I use the rest. You kind of need to have that philosophy when you're trying to figure out how to make some money off your site. Basically, at some point somebody has to buy something. They could be buying it from your advertiser, they could be buying it from you, but the goal when they advertise, the advertiser wants to increase sales through advertising. So you need to have that kind of in your head. Now, you basically have three main channels that this goes through. Advertising, banners, sponsorships, product placements. You got merchandising. A lot of places make their money off selling t-shirts, believe it or not. And then you've also got selling online content. If you go into online advertising, there's basically two ways you usually get paid in this. CPM is just plain old page views. The M stands for 1,000, it's a little rule. And that means every time you have 1,000 pages viewed on your website, you get 1 unit's worth of payment.
That's clicks per 1,000, right?
Well,
what's the CPM stand for?
Cost per 1,000.
Cost per 1,000. Thank you.
CPC is cost per click. If you've got CPC advertising, and unless you really know it's a product your audience is going to click on the ad for, I recommend you stay far away from it. You only get paid if somebody clicks on it. So if you have 1,000 people looking at your front page and nobody clicks on it, you go home. But if you get clicked, you get a varying amount of money. That's actually what Google AdWords is cost per click most. Now, if you want to get into an advertising network, at the very low end, you're looking at 100 to 500,000 page views a month just to get in somewhere. If you're needing to do video advertising, something like Bright Roll wants 5 million views. So this is not something that you can necessarily go into really early and easily. What you can always do is throw on some Google AdWords, Yahoo has a similar thing. If you're doing something that isn't text-based, they call it contextual advertising because the search engine analyzes the words that are on your website and matches the ads with the words. The idea is if they're looking at the page, if the ads are similar stuff, they're more likely to click on it. If there aren't any words on the site, there's nothing to hold on to. You can still use it. What you need to do, there's an option where you can actually enable some graphics-based stuff, and it will look for cookies on your computer of other sites you've been to and serve ads based on where you've also been looking online. That's some of the privacy stuff that people will get upset with, but if you're doing something that's video or graphics-based, that's the only way you're going to get anything resembling a decent ad rate, unless you're in one of these very high traffic categories. If you have Transmedia in front of your store, now I have a background in online comic strips. A lot of comic strips will make money by selling t-shirts. Sometimes the shirts are the characters in the strip, sometimes it's a panel if it's a gag strip. There's one strip, it's actually defunct now, but their big score was they sold t-shirts that said Republicans Revolt. Some sites, anybody here ever been to TV shows on DVD? It's a news site that tells you what TV show DVDs are coming out, stuff that DVDs that have problems on, they do polls, what would you like to buy? And their revenue is going to iTunes and downloading a piece of music. There are plenty of independent artists that let you download MP3s for 99 cents. You need to worry about whether you're using micropayments or traditional merchant account payment gateway, merchant account and payment. So, okay, I know math is scary, but let's try to do a little bit of math to compare. Let's say we've got a site that's got 10,000 unique visitors. That's 10,000 people looking at it. Let's say they're looking at 3 pages a pop, so for this period we've got 30,000 page views. If we're doing advertising, if it's $1 per 1,000 pages, you're getting 30 bucks. If it's $5, you're getting 150. Now, if you're selling something, let's say you've got a $1.50 margin. If you sell 1%, that's 100. You've got $150. Now, there's some given by the number of pages, and that's your amount of money you can spend. And if they buy more, if they show up a little more,